You've been told after the age of 40 that dad bod is inevitable. But what if that's a lie? You know what a dad bod is, right? Little doughy, no real definition, just there. Some folks celebrate it. Some folks think it's awesome. And you know what? If you feel good about yourself and that's you, God bless you. Little backstory about me. About 18 months ago, I was getting ready for bed, crawled in, pulled the covers up like I normally do, lying on my side, and I sort of plopped my hand down on my leg. And I was almost horrified. I felt something I'd never felt before. My leg was skinny, but not skinny as in a good thing. It was skinny like, where'd my muscle go? This feels weird. You see, I had become a runner and I had lost a lot of weight and I had really leaned out because when I started running, I decided to pay a little bit closer attention to what I ate. Translation, I was just counting calories. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was eating, and so I lost a lot of weight, but I didn't quite understand or really grasp what I was doing. If you just count calories and you're not eating quality food and you're losing weight, your body's going to eat your muscle. The weight you lose is muscle mass. It's not fat. And while the number on the scale was going down, the one thing I realized lying in bed that night with my hand on my leg, feeling as though I had lost something, what I realized was I had lost a lot of muscle mass. Jump forward about 6 months. I read a book by Dr. Peter Attia. That book, called Outlive, changed my perspective. It was really a book about longevity. And one thing it talked about in that book was as we get older, you know, you've heard old folks have falls, they break hips, they break knees, et cetera, and that's the beginning of their downfall. And a lot of that is due to something called sarcopenia. It's basically a loss of muscle mass. And that scared the crap out of me because I hearkened back to my hand on my leg, feeling super skinny thigh, and I thought, I don't have any muscle. I have lost my muscle mass. I still had the little doughy center dad bod, if you will, but in my quest to lose some weight, what I did was my body consumed the muscle. And I was a little bit frightened because if I stayed on this path, I was going to head on down the road to an old guy who perhaps eventually fell, broke a hip, and started that cycle or that downward spiral. So I decided to change that. I decided to get to work. I had never done strength training, but I thought it was time. So I started doing a little bit of workout at home, here and there, bought a few dumbbells, had somebody give me a little bit of advice, and that worked for a time, but I knew it really wasn't enough. I had to make up for lost time. So I went out on a whim and hired a personal trainer to teach me what weight training was really about. How to gain muscle, how to eat before and after workouts, how to increase my strength. Because while some folks think a dad bod looks good and it's exciting, and again, if you feel good, dad bod it up, if you will. And to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling poorly. I just knew I was headed down a road that I didn't want to take. So in my quest to gain some muscle mass, gain some strength back, gain some mobility, the ability to catch myself if I fall, I inadvertently lost the dad bod. I started eating cleaner foods. I started focusing on protein because that's what it takes to build muscle. And the byproduct of that was I wasn't craving all the junk, and I started creating muscle. For the first time in my adult life, essentially, I lost my love handles. If y'all don't know what love handles are, I guess I'm showing my age here. But pretty much from the time I was 18 years old until about 9 months ago, I had this little bit of a, well, they're called love handles, but it looked like a mushroom on top of my jeans, if you know what I'm saying, spilling out just a little bit. And they disappeared because in the process of building muscle, my body turned into a fat burning machine. So that muscle that I had lost in leaning out from my running started to come back. And the number on the scale dropped significantly. I lost about 25% of my body weight. But in so doing, I lost the dad bod. I'm 57 years old. I'm supposed to have the dad bod. I'm supposed to be the poster child for dad bod. The heck with that. I want to be the poster child for health and wellness. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you do you. You find a place that you're happy and you feel good and you're healthy and everything is flowing, and that's awesome. And if you're perfectly content in your dad bod and you are healthy according to your physician, man, rock it. Be proud of it. But if you want to change, you don't have to settle for, I'm of the age where the dad bod is inevitable. It doesn't have to be that way. If you choose it, God bless you. But if you choose to be something different, you choose to do something different, you can do that. You just have to do the consistent work. You just have to go out and do what it takes. You just have to make a decision that you want to be something different, do something different, begin, keep moving, and don't stop. So if you've been around this long, I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you that watches my videos. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, maybe drop me a comment if you're curious about how I did it or what exactly I did. Let me know. I'll share it with you. And if you'd like to find out a little bit more about consistency and what I think about it, check this out.